Hoops Hypes did a ranking for the top point guards in the league, and Coby White and Josh Giddey made the list. But that ain't the question for today. We're going to talk about that. But the question for today is, which of these Chicago Bulls has the greater chance of becoming an all-star this season? It's a little fun debate. If it's one, y'all know we're going to talk about it and break it down, though. But you know, you got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog, CDubb. What's the word?
Tired.
But hey, for y'all that are tuned in with us today, first and foremost, thank y'all for the continued support. And for those that are tuning in and ain't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I know y'all gonna enjoy the show, so hit the like button as well, ladies and gentlemen. We on that road to 10K. But nonetheless, CDubb, Hoops Hype had their top 30 point guards in the NBA. Josh Giddey came in at 22nd. Coby White came in at 21. So they are at the back half of that list. How you first, before we get into the who's, the all-star talk, how you feeling about these two guys coming in at 21 and 22 respectively?
I feel like every time they want to rank a Chicago Bulls players or Chicago Bulls players, they always stick them right next to each other. Y'all remember with Zach and DeMar back in the day, a couple years back? They stick them right next to each other, some lazy-ass shit. Now, I gotta look over the list, and this might, it might be the correct ranking, but why it always seem they right next to each other? Fuck it, get all the Bulls players, put them right there next to each other. Come on, man.
For sure, I feel you. Right now, CDubb, we talking about the list. They got Fred. That's in front of Coby White and Josh Giddey. They got Fred VanVleet.
What?
DeJounte Murray is at 18. DeJounte Murray is at 19. Drew Holiday is at 18. Wow. Darius Garland, 17. Derek White at 16. And James Harden is 15. So those are the 5 players that you talk about. Well, 6 players you talk about before you get to Coby White and Josh Giddey.
Yeah, that's honestly, to be very honest, I think the rankings are pretty fair because it's a whole lot of talent at the point guard position in the NBA. And I think that we should be lucky to be at those spots. What is it, 2021?
21 and 22.
21, 22. Yeah, you got to, because you just told me the first 5 that's in front of them right there. Like, ain't no way these guys are ahead of them. The one that can probably get the nod is probably Coby. You know what I'm saying? You could probably make a case for both of them, and you could probably fight to get them like 1 or 2 spots up. But I ain't too mad about the list. I can't.
I'm with you.
To be honest,
that's how I am. I'm like, man, it is what it is, and I think that these guys got a lot to prove. So I hope they see this list and be like, bro, I'm top 15 at best. You know what I'm saying? At worst, you know what I'm saying? And improve themselves. So, but nonetheless, we talked about that. But CDubb, I think one thing that's really, really intriguing to me is how good these guys are going to be playing alongside each other, at least for what I project. So the question is what we're going to really, really dive into on today's episode is, who do you think has the greater chance of becoming an all-star first? Coby White or Josh Giddey?
It was a great question, nephew. You kind of threw me a little off guard while I was at work sitting there marking all my parts I had to mark to get out to whoever I had to get out to. And I was like, damn, that's a great question. Because in one part, one guy is a big, strong brute of a point guard and just a wizard when it comes to playmaking. And we got another type of point guard, if you want to say. He's like a combo guard. He fit into the realm of a Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, that's mainly looking for their shot, but they can also playmake. But I'm just going to go off of last year and what they did. 19-5-5 is Coby White. I'm rounding all numbers off. 19-5-5 you got from Coby White. 11-7-8 you got from Josh Giddey. Now, you may look at 11-7-8, be like, damn, them numbers don't add up to Coby White. But, in fact, it does because you got 7 assists and 8 rebounds to Coby White's 5 and 5. So, he's a better playmaker than Coby White automatically. Obviously, they're not blue chip type players like a LeBron, like a KD. That's automatically gonna get into the All-Star game. Who's paid their dues? I went through these factors. I had to break it down this way. Who's paid their dues? I don't think Josh Giddey kind of paid his dues. That doesn't take away what type of player he is. I think he starts paying his dues at this point when he changed teams. Coby White has been, it seems like they've been switching his role ever since he came to the Chicago Bulls. He was a scoring combo guard when he got here with Zach LaVine. Then they wanted him to come off a bench. Then they wanted him to be a point guard last year. Now who knows what the role is going to be this upcoming season with Josh Giddey and possibly Alonzo Ball coming back. What do you bring to the table? Obviously, I'm just saying what type of qualities do they bring to the point guard position in their certain team. You know, Josh Giddey, he's a ultimate playmaker. I already told you he's a wizard. And you got Coby White. He can fucking win you a game. He's a scorer. He can go off for like 40, 50 points. You know what I'm saying? That's Coby.
Right.
Who sustained all-star-like play for the most significant time last year? And it obviously goes to Coby White because he was the head guy for the Chicago Bulls in a span where Zach LaVine was out and DeMar DeRozan was out for a little bit of a time. And they had a pretty good record while those guys was out. So I get that nod to Coby White. Josh Giddey had a tough time last year because some better guys elevated their play last year. So Coby White wins that and ultimately brings me to Coby White being the guy more ready to be an all-star. I got 3 factors. He got the afro, you know, that showmanship that's like him, you know what I'm saying? His scoring ability and seriously, his dribble moves. He got some of the best handles in the NBA. I think it's underrated. He will fucking shake and crack your ankles if you ain't ready for it. So I'm going with Coby White. He's the better showstopper to me.
Yeah, I respect it. I think that when you talk about Coby White, did we not see what he did to Harrison Barnes? Harrison Barnes was in this bitch. Spinning like a man.
He was in there doing what I'm dancing with soul. Like,
you thought Harrison Barnes was an Olympic ice skater on bro when they be doing all them twists and turns. But I think, man, like when you talk about the players, it's gonna be some excitement coming from both of these players, and I think they only are going to make each other better. Now, when we talk about Josh Giddey, he's gonna be that guy that's gonna be able to provide the Chicago Bulls with a little bit of everything, and it's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show, and I believe I already said it. I believe he's gonna average 18, 7, and 8. And it's gonna be good for the Chicago Bulls, and those are gonna be strong numbers. But CDubb, we know that the All-Star stuff, when it comes to voting, you gotta provide some type of excitement. And I think Coby White has the game and has already had some of those games that be like, damn, somebody pour a bucket of water on Coby White. He on fire, bro. We seen Coby White. He has the ability to go for 40, bro. Yes. I don't know if Josh Giddey quite has that yet. I'm not gonna say it's impossible because you know anybody can rise up and not anybody, but sometimes those players take those steps forward and to be able to get 30, 40 in the game. Coby White did it several times. Coby White went on a nice little streak to where he broke records for the Chicago Bulls, and I think that's what's going to allow him to garner more votes. I'm not necessarily saying that he's going to win it, but who has the greater chance? I got to agree with you when it comes down to Coby White. And when we talk about what the Eastern Conference has, it's tough right there for the point guard. You know what I'm talking about? You're talking about Tyrese Maxey. You're talking about Darius Garland, Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday. Trae Young gonna be in that conversation. So I think that right now, when you look at Coby White, who I believe is mostly going to be playing a 2, the only real competition when it comes to that 2 spot, they don't really necessarily pick based off position like that no more. But I think you got a Jaylen Brown. You got a Donovan Mitchell to worry about, and then after that, You know what I'm saying? You get the kind of work in between some of those. How you feeling about that angle? You know what I'm saying? When you looking at the point guards of the Eastern Conference versus the shooting guards of the Eastern Conference, how you looking at that whole thing? Which one to make it kind of
Yeah,
easier or
and I'm
give
gonna
a
just
guy a greater chance to make it?
in recent years, I don't feel like they separated those two positions like
Fair enough.
point guard,
They
shooting
just
guard.
said guard. You right.
They said guards,
Yep.
forwards, and centers.
You right.
It's just gonna be tough for Coby White. Like, let's be realistic. What type of numbers would you think for the half of the season will get Coby White into the All-Star game? Because there's no way he's gonna get voted. It's just no way. It's a popularity contest unless he just goes and just
Yeah.
goes fucking bunkers.
Yeah,
I think
that's a real thing.
he would have to average 26, 27 points,
Whew.
10 assists, 6 rebounds.
You think he got to get 10 assists, bro?
Yeah.
Not just the 5?
Well, I'll show a little, like, 8. To be an all-star nephew, you think he can get there 26, 5, and 5?
I think it's a strong possibility because 26, 5, and 5, that's telling me Coby White, the leading scorer on his team.
But then what would that ultimately mean before you go? The Bulls have to have a winning record.
And Zach, and that's telling me if Coby White going 26, 5, and 5, and he's the leading scorer, at least because that's what's kind of been like, you know, the average for the leading scorer for this team per se.
Yeah.
That means Zach LaVine took a step back, and I don't
that
think
means he's
Bulls
gone
like that.
That means Zach's gone. That means Zach's been traded.
Bro,
if he averaging 26, 5, and 5, Zach gone. Zach been gone.
Yeah, so I think that's one. It's a long shot. Like, we can be real about it. It's a long shot.
Anybody got a better chance? You could say if you got anything else to say on that, but anybody else on the team got a chance?
No, not really, bro. Other than Zach LaVine himself. I mean, because, and what I wanted to bring up, so All-Star year, his last All-Star year that happened in 2021, 2022, Zach LaVine made the All-Star team by averaging 24, 4, and 4. So,
yes,
so Coby White go 26, 5, and 5. It does gonna have to most likely come when Zach LaVine's off the squad, but we don't know how soon he gonna be gone if we keeping it real.
But them 26, 5, and 5, that 26, 5, and 5 for the first half of the season got to be filled with those moments. Yes. He got to be dunking on people, got to get game winners. He got to be going crazy for like 5-minute stretches and shit like that. It got to be epic. Now, I'm glad you brought up there. Zach LaVine is probably throughout the whole team. And it's crazy because this guy probably won't be on the team for long. It's probably the best case for an all-star from the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Is that sad?
Yeah, bro. It is, kind of. But with this young squad, you kind of understand it to a degree. But I did want to mention that the first time Zach made the all-star team, the man had to average 27, 5, and 5, pretty much.
Solid.
Yeah, and man, CDubb, the man shot. The man that year shot 50% from the field and 41% from 3, bro. He was scorching.
That's a hungry Jack.
Coby White don't have to scorch, bro. If he got a chance, any recognition. Do you think that the voters, because we know it's mostly a popularity contest, but do you think some fans or maybe some people, you know what I'm saying, who gets the coaches and the players, because they compile all this together, coaches, players, and fans, do you think they'll probably have a little bit more eyes on Coby White since he was in the most improved player conversation, but didn't necessarily win it, or you don't think that matter?
I don't think that matter. I think this is the way that he can make his case and get clear. He can get eyes on him when he goes against those Trae Youngs, when he goes against those Tyrese Maxeys, when he goes against those Jaylen Browns, when he goes against those top players, he has to beat them. And not just beat them in the game, he must be superior in the matchup.
Ooh.
That's such a tough task, bro.
It
It's
is, man.
so many good players. Just Darius Garland, nephew. Just Derek White. Those guys. That's tough matchups. And he's a tough matchup, too.
Yeah.
He's a tough matchup, too, but come on. That's a gauntlet, bro.
It is a gauntlet. It's definitely a one that's going to be very, very interesting once the season start, because when you see him match up against some of these other guards that's within his own conference, and CDubb, I don't think we could just limit it to the Eastern Conference, because I'm pretty sure that the NBA is going to give us one of them damn weak-ass West Coast trips where every game start at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will be on that night like zombies, but he'll be there. But he got, I think you said the most important stuff. He got to compete and he got to outshine some of these guys in these matchups, which is going to be a tough task.
Yeah, and I know some of you contrarians, it don't matter about the matchup. He just has to win the game. No, as a competitor, as you want to escalate, you want to elevate in this game, you must be an entertainer. Michael Jordan was the greatest player in the world, but he stepped up when it's time to entertain. When it's Clyde Drexler stepping up and everybody's saying he the best shooting guard in the league, what'd he do to him? He said, why y'all say that? Y'all see what I'm doing to him? Like, why?
And Derrick Rose ain't have to say none. He dunked on your ass, though. Ask Goran Dragic.
Ask Goran Dragic.
Ask what's Buddy from Miami?
Joel Anthony. Joel Anthony.
Bro, ask them guys. Hey. Tell us you time about. Hey, Taj Gibson dunked on D-Wade too.
Yeah, oh bro. Yeah, you gotta take those challenges, bro. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, man. It's a long shot for both of these guys, but I think it's going, you gotta have your moments, bro. Especially like if they put the Bulls, which I don't think is gonna happen. If they get in some primetime games, you gotta come ball. You gotta ball. If you're on ESPN, TNT, Amazon is now becoming a thing for the NBA now. If you become one of them, you hop up on one of them in that game. Coby White can't afford to come out and put up 10 points, 15 points. You got to go 25, 30.
He got to be an assassin, nephew. And every matchup and on every team has to be on that hit list. Okay, on to the next. I killed him. On to the next. I mean, in the reigns of basketball, you motherfuckers. Kill him. On to the next. It's time to get with him. Just got to keep checking them boxes, bro. Kill them. All of them. Go have your best game. Act like you playing Michael Jordan every time. Every time, bro. And what's the bad thing, bro? I think Zach LaVine can average 30 points a game with this team. He would be easily can get into the All-Star game and get all the credentials. But it's just not gonna work out that way. This is the perfect team for Zach. Perfect.
Hey, I ain't that to that point. The man averaged 27 points and then 24 points with DeMar DeRozan on the squad. So I'm just saying,
like, bro, with DeMar DeRozan on the squad, bro,
and DeMar DeRozan and DeMar DeRozan, he took a bulk of the shots.
That's what I'm saying.
So if I very well believe that he could go out there average 30, but the guy don't want to. Well,
he don't want to.
Hey, if he do come out and average 30, that's what's best for him if he wants to go.
That motherfucker come out average 30, they ain't trading. You've been kidnapped.
You ain't going
nowhere. You are hostage, my guy.
For real. But we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Y'all let us know how y'all feeling about this whole thing. Who has the greater chance to making an all-star team this season? Josh Giddey or Coby White? CDubb, you got anything left?
It's a shame that our center is just a saucy, spicy motherfucker, bro, because that's the best position for us to try to get into the all-star game. But he ain't just with it. He just want to score at 17 and 11 and then don't play no defense and go home. But okay.
You think Nikola Vucevic gonna surprise you?
Why you trolling me, bro? Stop trolling me, bro. I'm content where I'm at with Nick Vooch. He is what he is. He's 7'11", no D, no Diddy.
On me. That's it from us, though. I ain't got nothing else, ladies, but thank y'all very much for tuning in
gentlemen.
to another episode. And gentlemen. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. Make sure before you go, you subscribe and you hit that like button. If you want to call in and be a part of the mailbag episode this weekend, call in, state your name, and leave your take on the Chicago Bulls. 773-242-9219 is the number. Thank y'all so much, Bulls Nation. Always see red, and y'all already know. We're going to catch y'all on our next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.